Hi, today I'm going to have a look at this AG6 external sounder from Honeywell. Let's open the box. Yep, there it is. Let's take it out. Manual. Fixings. Don't need the box anymore. To be honest, don't need the manual either. Seen one, seen them all. If you've never seen one before and you are wondering, I'll just, there we are, I've zoomed in. You might be wondering why there's a piece of sellotape here. The answer is, let's remove it and I'll show you. It's to hold the microswitch in. A lot of people don't realise that they should actually remove the sellotape. Just like that. The reason is the sellotape is to hold the microswitch in while it's in transit. Otherwise it would dig into the box and it'd be general pain. But the idea of it in practice is that when the box is mounted, the wall pushes the microswitch in like that. So that if someone rips it off the wall, the microswitch trips and it sets off the alarm and the sounder. So when you're fitting one, always remove the sellotape before you put it on the wall. Let's turn it over. Also, as you see there, the microswitch is being a pain and pushing it up. Let's push it down. There we go. There we are. It's pretty much your everyday sounder. You can see here is the hole for the bolt. That bolt is an M6 gutter bolt. It'll be in the fixings. For those not familiar, this is it. Although this isn't a true M6 gutter bolt, the thread is M6 and the gutter bolt will work. So if ever you drop one, you ain't got to worry about panicking and phoning them up to buy a new one. Just get a gutter bolt, put that in, it'll work fine. In case you are wondering what it's actually for, it does hold the cover on secure and operates the microswitch too. But when they first came out, they actually had a plastic bolt, and it was soon realised that you could put a chisel on it, whack the chisel, cut the head of the bolt off, and then take the lid off and the alarm wouldn't know. That's why they use metal bolts and the rest of it is plastic. It's not because they're being funny, it's because security reasons. You can't chop a steel bolt off with a wood chisel. White main sounder here, 2 parts here for the strobe. This one does not have a strobe. I opted to buy one with no strobe. There is a reason for that. I'm going to fit it internally, so there's no point in having a strobe. And also that brings the price down. I didn't pay £30 for this. That was including delivery. But that said, let's open it up. Obviously it's not mounted on the wall, so I'm going to open it this way round. The white part comes off, and then the blue part comes off. It's awkward to get off, but it does come off. Obviously if this was attached to the wall, it would be much easier. There we go. So the blue part is just polycarbonate. It's like this so you can see any LEDs through it. Also, if it has a strobe, you can see the strobe flashing. There isn't much to it really. Here's the microswitch that we saw earlier. When the cover is on, it pushes down on the microswitch, making a circuit so the siren doesn't activate and the alarm doesn't activate. Release it, the siren goes off. That's actually powered by its internal battery. The battery will be under here, I'll show you in a minute. Here's the actual piezo sounder itself. What some companies do, they put a blob of glue or silicon sealant on there to stop the wires corroding. But as this one's going indoors, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's take the cover here off. There is no need to, but I'm going to take it off so that we can all have a look. It's just a circuit board. LED there, LED there. There's the battery. The annoying thing is that you can't change the battery on this one. But then again, I suppose for £30, what do you expect? You can turn the battery on and off, which is done via this jumper here. But that's about it. Let's move this jumper, puts it into test mode. That's what it will sound like when it goes off. Let's put the jumper back. This siren is a very basic siren. As I said, it has no strobe. That's what I wanted. If you buy the one that has a strobe, you can change the tone on it, and also the flashing of the strobe you can change. But like I said, that's not what I want it for. I want this for internal use. If you stay tuned to the channel, you'll actually find out what I'm going to do with it. You might actually be wondering, why is there a cover here? Two reasons. One, it stops you sticking your fingers in it, because if it did have a strobe, there's some high voltages if it's got a xenon tube. The other reason is it stops any rain that shouldn't get in, but if there is, it stops any rain from getting on the main PCB and corroding it. Standard terminals down here, TR, S negative, V positive, V negative, ST negative. That'll be negative tamper return, negative for the sounder, positive supply, negative for the strobe. But as I've already said several times already, there is no strobe. I bought it without. If you like this content, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like this content, hit the thumbs up button 3 times. A subscription to the channel would be really useful. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.